Like many times, Jesus was teaching a group of people one day. He heard the Pharisees and teachers of the law talking about all of the sinners that were around him. They didn't like it and thought that he was just as bad. So, Jesus spoke to them, telling this story.
There was a man who had 2 sons. One day, the younger of them said to his father,
"Hey, Dad, listen, I'd like to have my inheritance now."
What?
Yeah, I would like you to give me all the money that you were gonna give me when you die.
But I'm not even sick. I'm not...
I know that. I don't want you to die now, but hey, I want my money now so I can enjoy it more.
Well, I suppose I could do that.
So the father divided his property and gave each son an equal share. A few days later, the younger son gathered all his money together so he could travel.
Well, I'm off to see the world. I'm going to travel and eat what I like and stay where I please. I'm going to live as a king. You'll see. Bye.
Bye, son.
The young son did just that. He went to all of the most expensive restaurants. He always took girls out and bought them things. He bought things that he didn't want or need, and then he forgot that he bought them. He lived this way for a while, but then one day he realized that he had no more money. Not a single coin left. The young son soon became very hungry and very poor. The only thing that the son could think to do was to find work wherever he could to make money enough to buy food and stay alive. He searched everywhere for work, but the only job he found was working on a farm in the countryside feeding pigs.
Excuse me, but do you have work that I could do? I really need the money.
No.
Please, I really mean anything. I've been searching and there aren't any other jobs.
Fine. You can feed the pigs.
Feed the pigs?
Or you can leave.
I thought that feeding the pigs would be wonderful. Oh boy, that sounds great.
The young son did this for some time, but he didn't make much money, and he couldn't buy very much food, so he was always hungry. No one gave him anything for free.
Oh, I hate this. These pigs stink. I stink. And I'm so hungry. I want to eat. I want to eat anything. Almost anything. This pig slop looks so disgusting. I'd never eat it. I would never eat this. I'm not going to eat this. No. I'm eating this.
The young son became so hungry that he ate some of the pig's slop. It didn't taste good at all, so he couldn't eat much.
I can't even believe that you guys think that this tastes good. Well, maybe you can't taste. Oh, what am I going to do? Hey, wait a minute. How many workers does my father have? They all have food to eat and more to spare. Here I am sitting and eating this garbage when I could go and work with them. But I can't go back there after what I've done. I've spent all my money and I've acted like a complete idiot. I know what I'll do. I'll go home and I'll ask Dad if I could just work for him. I've been so bad I couldn't possibly ask for him to forgive me.
So the son got up and left the country he had gone to and went to his father. Now while he was still far from his father's home, the father saw him in the distance and was filled with joy and compassion. He ran to his son and hugged and kissed him.
My son, my son! Oh, thank goodness. How have you been? Where have you been?
Dad, I've been so stupid. I've wasted my money and my time. I've been terrible to you. I'm not even worthy to be called your son. Could I just come and live here and maybe work for you?
Bernie, bring out my best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and put sandals on his feet. Elton, we'll kill the fatted calf tonight, so stick around. Come, everyone, let us eat and be merry this evening. For I thought that my son was dead, but he is alive again. He was once lost, but now is found.
What's he talking about?
Got me. I don't know.
Just play along.
Fatted calf. All the man's workers became happy and prepared for the feast that night. Now his older son was in the field, and as he came near to the house, he heard music and saw dancing.
Hey, what's all the music and partying for?
Your brother has come back. He is alive and well. Your father was filled with joy at discovering that he is safe and sound and has killed his fatted calf for us all to feast on. There is a party. Come see your brother.
What? No, I don't want to see him.
The older son was angry that there was a party going on for his brother who had taken his inheritance and run away. He was jealous that something like this had never happened for him, even though he had never run away and never done anything bad.
Father, I've worked for you alone for all these years. I've always served you well, and I've never disobeyed one word you have told me. But you've never thrown me a party. It isn't fair.
Son, I understand what you're saying, but listen, you are always with me, and all that I have is yours. But what we have done for your brother is right to do. We should be happy and celebrate. We all thought your brother was dead, but he is alive and is back again. He was lost, but now is found.
For those who are troubled by the company I keep, I tell you truly, there will be more joy in heaven over one sinner who turns away from sin than over 99 people who think they do not need to.
When the people listening to Jesus heard this, they were comforted and happy. But when the Pharisees heard that, they had nothing to say and wanted to get rid of Jesus even more.